Hello guys, glad to have you on board again. Today we'll try making this one real quick today. I'm going to try sticking to the essential. So let's start with cryptocurrencies, and then we're going to try putting some limits to SPX on an intraday basis, and eventually making the scalping show later today, probably for the US session. It all depends on how the market will react to that set of releases. If it's not too volatile and stuff like that, then yes, we can probably make it today. So I'll keep you guys updated throughout Discord. Anyway, let's go straight to the essentials. I don't want to be losing too much time right now. So futures contracts on BTC have been filling the open gap. That was yesterday evening last call I gave you. Told you we will have to switch and retrace back to Friday's lows in this area. That's exactly what we've done. Retrace to this area. I got executed like exactly at the top. I went to bed, put it in order with a stop loss, obviously. So I basically sold with a stop loss in here. Like if we were filling the gap overnight, then I would have wanted to be out. So I reinforced. I got perfectly executed. Once again, I gave you this plan in advance. I'm not saying stuff that I didn't do. So you were advised of it prior than that. All right, that's really important, and that's it. So also another stuff, quick stuff. I updated framework to version 2.0. Now we've got a fully functional alert system, which means right now you've got all the alerts regarding framework. I'm just doing it quick. Right, so you've got all the usual alerts. So you've got a trend range, bullish range and bearish range. So the trending range now have their alert system. You've got a neutral range, which is into this one, all right, and you've got those two things that I've been hardly working on. So it's the range management, which means when you are in a neutral range and you are let's say, for example, you took your range selling entry in here, right, the one we took all together. All right, the algorithm will detect price management. It will alert you for potential invalidation. Remember that invalidation is breaking and closing on top of the trend channel. So if we have done that, you would have got an alert. All right, like the alert is just here to say, all right, go watch the chart, something's happening, and you have to risk manage. Either it's going to be an invalidation alert or a validation, because the validation is closing, reaching out to the support context, or closing below 50% of this context. All right, so in here you would have been alerted in here as we reached out to the support context. Anyway, so it's just a simple risk management tool, but I wanted to make it efficient. So now it's here and it's been released. Quite a few changes as well, because I figured out as I coded this that I left a tiny mistake throughout my code, and actually there was an acceleration factor that was working to the upside but not to the downside because of a stupid absolute conversion that that wasn't working properly. So now it's working just fine, and now as you can see, just a tiny change has been changing the overall looking of context, as right now we detect the reversal in here. You can clearly see the two sets of waves. I was surprised yesterday that the indicator wasn't detecting such thing, but now as you can see, just a tiny change and it does detect it. So that's what we have. So like I said, next reinforcement is in here. I missed this trade. I don't even know why. I don't remember. I was off, I think it was, yeah. Oh no, it was Friday evening. Why the hell didn't I take this trade? I should have taken this one. Anyway, so now I've got this one, and the original trade at 13.4. So I'm fine, all right? I'm definitely fine right now. Those who didn't catch that trade overnight, those who didn't follow, right? Then you can eventually have a 3-minute catch up on. Let's see if we do have a signal on the 3-minute resistant context. All right, maybe we do. Come on. All right, you do. It's not the best case scenario, or it's just an overload, but for a trending range that will be fine. All right, 61% inside context. All right, so beginners, you can't do anything. You're gonna have to wait for 76% or nothing, right? But in here, experienced traders who might have missed the shot throughout the night, then you can catch up on this trade right here, right now in the resistant context. You obviously know the stop loss is in here. Normally this is for yellow guys, so you know how to handle risk management. The moving averages remain bearish, so normally more bearishness down the corner today. So yes, I think that what we have is what I feared, not feared, it's just exactly what I wanted. And now the bulls think they have it under control. They all talking about the beautiful triangle. So I've been doing my usual review out of TradingView. They all saying, all right, ABC structures, that's great. So obviously we've got an ABC catching up on this area. Fine, that's exactly what is not going to happen. Because otherwise, if we wanted to have that, then we'll have stopped in here and rebounced in here, right? The triangle support areas must be between 61 to 76 retracement. So this is the area where the reversal should have happened. In here, no way. We're building prices at the same level as the original point. So if it looks like a triangle, then it's going to be a rectangle triangle. The problem is rectangle triangle must be into the trans side. You're never gonna have this. So either we're making this triangle to even be more bearish afterwards, which I doubt we'll ever do, because I think we're already ready to go bearish. If we were building a fucking rectangle triangle, this is how we would have built it. Alright? This would have been a bullish rectangle triangle. Ascending structure. You really have to review your information. I see so much people that don't nearly get what the fuck they say. So there is a potential rectangle triangle, but in order to be bullish, it has to be orientated on the opposite fucking direction. So there is no triangle right now because we should have reactivated it. The Elliott wave triangle, just get the hell out of this ID. It's not even possible. All right, in a technical manner speaking, it doesn't fit any plan. On the opposite side, what we have is, oh, it's starting to be bearish, don't you think? So yes, it's getting interesting. Yes, it is very interesting to me though, because 1 hour gives us signals near the trend channel, bearish signals. We've got 15 minutes signals as well. We're reactivating exactly on some technical areas, all right? And we have an overlap over the previous support. So what we have actually is this, an overlapping structure, and what I think is going to happen is this. The bearish trend is going to set itself, and the 5-wave extended structure with the 5th one being the trending wave, which means so far no one feels the bearish trend yet, because it's not yet there. It's going to show up at the latest possible stage. Alright, the bearish trend will set itself on the latest stages of this movement because that's the structure for Bitcoins. They always release energy into the late stages. So if the bear trend is about to show over, then we're just having the preliminaries today. The worst is to come. Alright, so like I said, you're selling, if you're selling with me or with, alright, if you're in the sell side, then you need to be psychologically ready. You will doubt quite a lot. When you'll be proven right, it's going to be fast, it's going to be stupid, and you're going to rapidly profit take afterwards. So people will think we're fools 99% of the time, because the remaining 1%, when they will say, all right, actually the market was bearish, you were right, is exactly the time I'll start profit taking. This is how this thing is going to be played. I know it since the first day I started selling. I will be thought as a fool all along the process. Just the late stages when people will figure out I was right is exactly when I'll start profit taking. And that's exactly the moment they'll capitulate. They'll start selling just in the worst moment. They will be probably selling the bottom just like they once again bought the fucking top. So that's incredible because yes, people just don't learn any fucking thing from their mistakes. It's incredible. So anyway, aside from cryptocurrencies, straight to stock market and then we're done. So how the hell are we going to deal with this shit? We're going to do the same old stuff. So SPX. Just to figure out if there are some gaps. We're going to save us some time. Here's a gap, here's a gap, there are no other gaps. So let's do it, all right? So 1 hour price structure, let's just delete everything, prices included, so we get a more rational approach of this. What the hell is this kind of market? Anyway, it's not very much reliable information, so let's do it blind. All right, let's put out all the relevant information in the short run. We can see we've got a right triangle. We can see we have a cross. We're trading on top of the support context, of the resistance context. The support context is not even visible. The average, the moving average is pretty much flat, so it's getting positive, but it's still flat, and it's pretty fucking far from the current prices. We do have a context alert, so we're going to have a look at the 4-hour chart before doing and going any further than that. The momentum is pretty much divergent. As we can see, we're pretty not making new highs as we're making new highs on price. So let's figure out and sum up all those information. First of all, we need to go higher time frame. So 4-hour chart, what the hell do we have? All right, we're trading into the daily resistance context as well, so it's context of context of context of context of whatever. All right, so 4-hour, can we at least have a context in here? Oh my goodness. So yes, it will be bullish trend, pullback, final excess. So we could have a final excess in here, even though once again this is rarely going to happen, coming out of a bearish movement to an upward trend. So I don't think that's possible, but still this is acting like a trend. Remember, narrow trend channel grinding its way up throughout the resistances. That's a trend. So I don't like that. You know what I think about this trend, but still, visibly speaking, it was a trend. So bullish trend, pullback, and now we're final accessing. So normally in here, all right, what we're trading is we're looking at profit takings from the bulls, so potential reversal areas. So we can buy and sell right in this area. So we've got our answer. All right, we can buy and sell. There is no trend. It's a late stage bullish trend, and we do have some actual bearish signal in the 4-hour, because in here what we have is this. All right, we've got red arrow signals. So these are gray signals, not the best case scenario, but we had a lower low on momentum previously. So I would say if we go there, there is probably an even lower low to come afterwards. This definitely looks like a ranging structure. The moving average is not bullish. It's just pretty much flat. So I would say, yeah, there is a support cluster in this area, and it doesn't feel like a trend to me. So more like a final excess that we're going to retrace. The 23% retracement is in here. I've already highlighted it. All right, so that you save us some time. Sorry, because that would be the actual reliable information to process out of here, to say, all right, we're probably end of trending, so we're looking at selling entries. We've got early alerts in here, so we'll see if that's confirmed to the short term, and the first Fibonacci is going to be 29.50. That is the first target for us. So I've highlighted this already. All right, now let's switch to our 15-minute intraday context. So we know we can buy or sell. We'll favor selling because we're generally and most likely into a profit-taking area for the bulls. So we're looking at exhaustion moves. All right, so this is our 15-minute context. Let's fuck it up. Let's make an analysis in here as well. All right, so we're in a dangerous context. Let's figure out information, but you can see that the context and the extreme channel, so the higher time frame contexts are pretty narrow. So it's a squeezing structure, so it confirms what we said. We're contracting prices and very likely probably going to profit take, and which means normally pulling back to the support area. Our support area is in here, the 23% Fibonacci retracement. All right, so we can see very few volume in this area, so a lot of attraction for prices to retract. It clearly looks like a potential range bending itself. We just need a reversal to state that. So here, breakout. All right, can definitely say that. Price have been pulling back, first wave, retraced, bought the trend channel, and broke up. So, right, then boom, bullish breakout. Probably, I would say this would have been a pullback. We need to figure out if there was a divergence in here. We're going to need to see prices to confirm that. All right, no divergence. All right, it pretty much was a flat structure, weird kind of stuff. I don't understand those price structures anyway. So I pretty much say, all right, where are we diverging? Maybe we just diverge in here, and the pullback is just setting itself in here. So it would be possibly, all right, looking like that. We're doing the pullback as we speak. We need to retrace 23%. We haven't done that yet. And we'll still have the final excess to make. So probably a little bit more bullishness down the corner. At least that's possible. But we can start selling and buying in here because we're in a range and we will be in the pullback. So I've already done my job, which means I already highlighted the 23% of this upward move. It's in here. So we haven't been testing it here. I think we're going to be doing it today. So we will have a selling entry on the intraday, but let's assume that the signal has already been given. It's in here. Normally you should already been selling this market. First profit taken is in here, second one is in here. That's simple as that. This is your intraday forecast. First profit taken in here in the usual range structure, all right? And as we do have a bearish range, all right, we're going to target below the previous low. All right, that's going to be a target number 2. All right, riskier traders won't be taking this trade. As you can see, we've been reversing in the resistant context, not on top of it, so it can be traded as a bearish range. So that's how I will personally take this trade. All right, it's going to be a first target, probably 50% profit taking, and I'll keep the rest just in case for further swing targets. All right, I'm pretty much aware that we're very likely, or at least high chances to find a support in here and go look for a resistance tomorrow, right? That's what the actual thing says. But we've got Powell talking later today. So if we go here and Powell disappoints the market some way, then obviously there is going to be further downside to probably a deeper 23% retracement, the one we said. All right, so this one is pretty close. We're probably going to get there today. This one is way lower than that and requires a market catalyst. So it requires either the black swan or bad news or bad economic releases, bad profit release from companies and stuff like that. All right, we're going to need something to get there. I think we're going to get there. This is the reason why I'm just going to take a 50% profit out of here. All right. So, you know, I've been selling the 4-hour signal yesterday, so I'm not going to reinforce with an intraday trade, but that's how I'm going to manage it. Probably first profit taken in here, paying for my stop loss, and I'll hold the remaining position size for further targets with a second risk management out of 29.50. All right, so that's it. I'll leave you guys on that. So yes, I'm selling the US. Oh my God, yes I do. If I get proven wrong, which means if we get there, I pay for my stop loss and it's taken down, then I'll take another trade with this time probably a better 4-hour signal. All right, so if that is just a pullback, that's a possibility. I just don't know if the pullback was there or not. All right, the market is just dead. All right, so either something ugly will show up today, like we go there and instead of finding some support, we go straight line for the gaps. And if we head toward a -2% day throughout the next 24 hours, then the VIX is going to sharply rise. All right, like I said, the VIX is ready. To me, everything's ready. The gold is ready to surge. The VIX is ready to break up resistances. The yen has been flat consolidating. The USD GPY is ready to surge to the downside. So we pretty much have open doors for the market to go down. It's just we need something to make it happen. Either prices fucking up the bullish supports, or we need a reversal structure. As we can see, the reversal structure right now could be immature, or at least it's still hesitating. All right? So not too much bearish, at least not until we manage to fuck up the 3K. And if we ever reach out to this area, I think we're done. I don't think there is going to be any pullback in here. I think if we start retracing, it's probably going to be step after step. I shouldn't be doing this, but I give you my swing forecast. All right. If we start fucking up this one and go to this one, I think we're going to fuck up this one afterwards, and one after one, we're going to retrace all the 23% fib, and obviously whenever we get to this one, end of the story, which means after this the worst starts to set itself. We're back into the range support. We're going to test again the trend, and probably this time it won't hold. All right, this is the long-term trend lines and stuff like that. Remember that if we're pulling back there, probably we're going to break them down. As you can see in here, same old structure. I should be adding this to the PDF manual, actually. It's more something for experienced traders. This is why I will not necessarily put it in the PDF, because that's something I want the yellow guys to know, but not necessarily the white guys. Remember that as white guys, you shouldn't nearly even search for price reversal. That's none of your business. All right, you really don't take care of it. It's just for yellow guys who can search for price reversal to be more aggressive. Right, when you have this, all right, you see that the extreme channels are highlighting the same areas as the context channels. You know the market is squeezing. All right. So the market in here is creating some dangerous range that will break. So like I said, you don't know what the hell is going to happen, but you know that we're not going to stay there long enough. Either the market will break it up for a new uptrend I won't follow this trend. You know what I think about it. To me, my ethical standards just don't let me do this. I'm not going to buy the speculative bubble. If we go higher, I'll let the market go higher. I'm not going to sell it, but I can't. I just can't buy it. I know what it's going to create in the end, and I cannot sustain being part of it. So I know it's stupid. I should be just making money and shut my fucking mouth and just like put my brain to the freezer, like minus 100 degrees, and just let it go, right? Making easy money and not thinking and not overthinking things. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. All right, I'm pretty happy. My parents put some conscience in my head. I rather like to be an ethical person and eventually make less money, because that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trading. It just means I'm going to stop trading the US. It's just different. So yes, probably I'm going to make less money, but I'd rather like to be an ethical person rather than an asshole who just wants to make money out of creating a crazy fucking forthcoming financial crisis. Yes, that's it. I'm going to stop in here today instead of keep on talking for no reasons. Bye guys, see you later today. We'll see if we can scalp throughout the day.